Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to TAPER. I'm Johnny Delvalso and we're less than 10 days out from Ironman Jacksonville. I'm in TAPER week right now. Today it's Thursday, May 7th. I actually wasn't gonna do a vlog this week, but I realized I got so much stuff going on right now. I gotta fill you guys in. I decided to change up a lot of stuff on my bike. I had a few things coming in and I was debating if this would be a smart move or not. I still don't know if it's a smart move, but we're changing up the entire cockpit on this bike. So I ripped off the tri-rigs. I got these Tetsuo, this mono cockpit here. Super excited for it. I've been wanting to get this thing ever since Ironman World Champs in Nice last year. They had these on display. I've had my eye on them, and a deal came up and I had to bite. Well, luckily it came in with enough time for me to test it out this weekend. We got a 3.5 hour ride to do. We got some race priming rides to do. I'm gonna go out and try this out right now. I actually haven't even ridden the bike yet, so this might be a bad idea. But I'm me and I like switching up things on the bike and dialing everything in. I'm almost certain this is gonna be more comfortable and faster, and it looks cool. So excited for this for sure, and worst comes to worst, I'll rip it off, throw back on the tri-rigs for race day, but I think we're gonna be all right. And then I got this, the new race wheel. So I only got that wheel because of that sound. But no, seriously, I've been wanting to get that DT Swiss wheel because I could run wider tires with that. So deal came up, got that too. So that's not gonna affect the bike handling or anything. It's just gonna make me sound a lot cooler whenever I'm flying by all the fast swimmers. And I do have a matching front wheel coming for this bike from Swiss side. They're partnered with DT Swiss. So the front wheel is gonna be 85 millimeter deep, a little bit deeper than the zip I usually run. That actually I have to go pick that up from CVS because I had that shipped there because I had to sign for it and I didn't want them to not deliver it to the house. So anyways, I'm gonna go get to this bike ride. I'm gonna do a brick run off of it. Maybe I'll check back in for that. Maybe not, but anyways, we are gonna do the TAPER week vlog. All right, I'm 30 minutes into this ride, and I'll tell you what, guys, I already feel right at home with this new cockpit. So I think we made a really good move with this. You can't tell much with the short ride, but like I say, it already feels super natural to me. Took a lot of fast, tight turns and aero, do a little bit of handling practice. It feels awesome. I feel like I could slice and dice through the course. Anyways, like I say, we're gonna do a longer ride this weekend to get a few more in there. It is risky changing up your entire setup, but I feel like I know what I'm doing here. Anyways, I'm gonna do, this is just gonna be a 45-minute ride. I'm gonna do a, maybe a half an hour brick run off, and yeah, that'll be it for today's workout. I'm gonna go try to pick up that front wheel and make some dinner. Excited, race day is gonna be here very, very soon. So, all good things. All right, it is Saturday. Yesterday, Friday morning, got in the pool. I did a continuous swim, like 2,300 yards or so. I wore my new swim skin. I wore the Roka goggles that I'm gonna be using for racing. I have been using the effortless swimming goggles, but I've been having like a leaking issue out of the sides of my eyes here. The seals around the goggles are super soft, really comfortable, but I gotta run them like a little bit tighter so they don't leak. But I also put in a more narrow nose bridge, and I think that fixed my issue. I just think that the goggles were too wide on my face, but I just don't trust them yet to do a full Ironman swim. I do think that those may end up being my go-to goggles, but I just don't want to throw out like the recommendation on them just yet until I iron them out for myself. But I know the Rokas work for me. That's what I've used for pretty much all my Ironman swims. Even though they're not the most comfortable, they work. I'm feeling pretty good in the water. I'm only doing pool swims. Haven't gotten in the open water yet because it's still cold up here. Hopefully me and Mike can find somewhere to do some open water swimming on our drive down to Florida, preferably where there's no alligators, but we'll see what we could do there. And then I did a run on my lunch break yesterday, nice and easy, super short. Feeling good there. But guys, I got home from work yesterday. I've been waiting for my new Omius cooling headband to come in, and I'm really trying not to like post on social media talking shit on this company. I'm not gonna say what company it is. They shipped me an empty box. I'm not gonna say what company it is, but I arrived home yesterday to this on my doorstep, and I picked it up completely empty. So I videoed myself opening the empty box just for like my own proof. And guess what? It was empty. Yeah, so no cooling headband. That thing, I've been waiting on back order for that. It was supposed to ship last week. They said it got delayed another week. So whenever it showed up on my doorstep yesterday, I was so happy, and I came home to an empty box. And now I've been like trying to like email them and go through all their channels because there's no direct line to call them to get this figured out. But anyways, there goes my cooling headband race strategy. But at least I still have my bucket hat that I bought that has the ice pockets and all that. I always have, you know, a backup plan or whatever. So that's a big bummer. I've been like really excited for that. And I already know the deal, like, oh, they'll be able to ship it, but it's not gonna come in time. And then it's like, that was an investment for a full Ironman race. And whenever you don't get to use it for that, it's like, is it worth it? You know, like, yeah, you know, if I make it to Kona, I'll use it there, right? But I'm missing out on that like initial investment of why I bought that. So a little bit of a bummer. Like I say, I'm really trying not to go on social media and like bash companies because I hate when people do that. I think that's a really bad look. But if they don't make it right, I feel like I'm gonna have to post something about this one. But anyways, yeah, that's where I'm at with that. And I did get I got my new front wheel in, got that on the bike yesterday. I set up some tubeless tires and all that. I always go through the bike on race week, put new sealant in the tires and make sure those are good to go. I'm gonna go out right now, get in probably a 3-hour ride, test the race setup, test the new cockpit again. I put the bottles on the bike yesterday, set all that up, so we should be pretty good to go. I'm gonna go see how this thing feels, and we will check back in.
All right, I'm 2 hours into this ride. I just passed 50 miles. I took the first hour of this ride pretty easy, keeping the heart rate below like 115 beats. And that still gave me like 220 watts. Felt really, really good. And then I just wrapped up the second hour at Ironman power. I kept the heart rate below 130. And the average watts for that was just over 240. So those are good numbers, looking real good on all that. And the bike feels great. So again, really happy with this position. I'm happy with this whole setup I got going on right now, including that new front wheel. That wheel, it's super deep. And then I put that new Continental Aero tire on there that's supposed to really help with crosswinds. And it is very windy today. And this thing feels super stable. So I think that's a great combination. I'm gonna wrap up probably another half hour easy and then do a little run off the bike and we'll check back in. All right, I'm out here running. I'm gonna do 2 miles at Ironman effort and then a mile cool down. Not much to say except I'm running into some pretty good headwind right now. Yeah, that's gonna wrap up this Saturday's workout. So I'll check back in whenever I get back to the house.
All right, we are back. That is workout complete for that ride. We did 2 hours, 42 minutes, 64 miles, 23.75 average mile an hour, 223 average watts, 229 normalized, and 119 average heart rate. Feel really good with that. Again, that was an hour easy, an hour Ironman power, and then finish it off nice and easy as well. Of that run, we got 3.25 miles, 6:58 average pace, and 145 heart rate. So feeling really, really good. I am absolutely loving this bike setup. So we'll do like a full race rig check once we get to Jacksonville. I like doing those, and we got quite a bit that changed on this bike this past week. So anyways, yeah, tomorrow we're gonna do a long run, but not super long. I might even go hit some trails or something. So just start wrapping things up, get the load off the body, and full recovery mode. But I get to watch Supercross tonight, so I'm gonna go do that, and maybe I'm gonna work on the house, but we'll see. The wife's in Japan, so I usually like to try to surprise her with getting something done around the house while she's gone. I've just been full on training mode, working on things here, getting ready for this race. So yeah, anyways, that's my Saturday. Feeling good. All right, it is Sunday. It is time to wrap up this taper week with our final longer run of this build. I'm gonna go do 90 minutes with 3 by 10 minutes at Ironman effort. I gotta let my dog back in. Yeah, and I'm gonna wear the race shoes today. At least I think these will be the race shoes. If they stop cutting up my heel, I think I figured that out. If not, I got another pair of shoes I could wear. But I got the nutrition all set up, how I'm gonna do it on race day. I'm gonna carry this flask with 1,000 milligrams of sodium by way of the Formula 369 electrolytes. I love this stuff. And then I'm gonna carry this run bottle with 45 grams of carbs and 750 milligrams of sodium with the Precision stuff. Again, I'm using Precision for this race because that's what's on course. Not this exact stuff, but they're gonna have their hydration products, so I like trying to match that up if I can for a race day. And then I have the Morton gels, and then I got this chew bar. The target for my run is 75 grams of carbs an hour. I might bump that up a little bit for this race. For this 90-minute run, I don't need to take all this, so I'm gonna take one gel for sure, and then I'm gonna decide if I want a gel or the chew bar for my the rest of my carbs for this run. And then I'm gonna carry a water bottle as well. This will simulate me grabbing water at the aid stations to dilute my sodium flask here. And then I'm probably gonna have to stop off at a gas station and refill my water bottle. But anyways, let's go get to this run. I am gonna give this hat another shot if the visor stops going all over the place, because I don't think I'm getting that Omius cooling headband in for the race. So we're gonna do that. And I also have this ice bandana that I got from Precision as well. So we're gonna try out a bunch of different things again today and figure out what's gonna work to keep me cool on race day. Hopefully something, otherwise I'm just gonna roast out there. But let's go get to this run.
All right, that was a 4-mile easy warm-up. We're at a little over 30 minutes right now. I'm doing my first 10-minute Ironman effort interval. We're gonna do 3 of those with a 5-minute easy in between each of them. All right, I'm an hour and 10 minutes into this run, just past 10 miles. Just finished up my 3rd interval. We're gonna do a 20-minute cool down and wrap up this run. So feeling ridiculously good on this run today. Had to hold myself back from wanting to push it. We'll save that for race day. All right, that is run and taper week complete. We got half marathon in there, 7:18 average pace, 135 average heart rate. Felt really, really good on that run. But it is time to shut things down, get ready for race week. I'm not gonna put out a race week vlog before the week. I'm gonna try to lock in mentally and just focus on enjoying the trip. I am gonna have Mike with me, so we'll collect some footage for the race recap or whatever. We'll do what I always do at the race week there. But what I'm gonna try to do is keep up with like maybe more of the daily reels and shorts on YouTube or whatever to, I don't know, keep you guys in the loop on what's going on. But yeah, I'm feeling really, really good. I feel like this is the best Ironman build I've executed. Didn't get sick during taper finally, knock on wood. But yeah, I'm feeling really, really good. I feel like I've handled everything really well and backed off whenever I needed to. And I think we're in pretty good shape for race day. But anyways, throw me in your tracker now and let's see what we could do on race day. As always, I thank everybody for tuning in, following along, liking, commenting, subscribing, and see you guys at Jacksonville.